Okay. All right, everybody, welcome to Earth Science. We're going to do the moon phases lab today using that kickball that's not going to run away. We're here in Fairhaven, New York to do this on a baseball fields. The reason why this lab can often be difficult is when you see a diagram like this, which the Regents will love to give you, and I promise I'll give you on the tests, maybe that way, maybe that way, maybe that way, is that you always have to remember, and it sounds like I'm saying something obvious, you always have to remember that you live there on Earth. From this perspective, where your eyeball is or where my phone is, it looks like, well, in reality, you'd be like floating in a spaceship way, way, way up above Earth's orbit, looking down on the moon in those positions as the moon orbits around the Earth. So you've got to remember that that's where you live. You live on Earth. So a few years ago, what I came up with was, let's put this onto a baseball field where, now if I were looking at this diagram that I just threw on the ground, if I were looking at this diagram and I could like float way up above it, like if I had a drone, I don't, but if I had one that could like fly up into the sky up there looking down, this is what we'd be looking at, all right, in this orientation. So the pitcher mound here that eventually my camera person is going to take over for is going to represent the Earth as it is on your lab right there. I'm going to go and walk the bases using that kickball as a moon. The sun at the bottom of the diagram down there is really the whole entire I mean, it's like far away. It's like Canada far away from here along Lake Ontario, and it's huge. So just picture the sun being way, way, way back there. And the reason that that kickball is painted half black, half white is that I'll always have the light half facing the sun. That's why this diagram is set up like this. Every single day, half the moon is lit. Now we're ignoring eclipses just like yesterday, but we'll get there soon. But for moon phases, every single day, half is lit, half is dark, and it revolves around the sun. So your job is going to be to color what you see at these different positions as I run around the bases. And again, keep in mind that this is the perspective you got to keep. This diagram is you in a drone way up in the sky up there, the cloudy sky. But the camera's perspective is right there on the pitcher's mound on Earth. And here we go. So, camera person's ready to take over. Silas is going to bring me that kickball.
What?
Here, I'll trade. You want that?
Yeah.
I'll take that. All right. So you draw what you see at the positions as I do it. Our camera person is going to remain in the center of the pitcher's mound. Here we go. Position one. And again, this is the light half facing the sun that's way the heck back there. Now as the moon begins to orbit over 27.3 days, we'll say that's position two. Draw what you see in position two. And I know it's not easy in Cami, but you can do it. Here at first base is position three. So what do you see there? And again, the light half facing the sun, the dark half away from it. Hey, and keeping right and left is very important. Make sure your right and your left are done properly. Position four. Position five. Position six, left and right might have changed there. Definitely did. Pay attention to that. How's everything going, camera person?
The dark half is slightly camouflaged against your coat.
Ah, position seven. And position eight. And there's coyotes.
And there's coyotes. They're seeing the moon.
Yeah, the coyotes are seeing the moon. And then back to one. All right, so there you go, full cycle. Again, here you go, trade. What makes this difficult on these diagrams is then taking this in your head and remembering that you live on that diagram, you live on Earth, and you've got to be able to see out to all those different positions to tell me what the phase is. It's not an easy job, but hopefully that helps. You can do it. Silas, what do you think? Is that it?
Daddy,
Yeah?
can you show Mama how I play this?
You're going to run the whole bases? If it's fast, you better run them fast. If we don't run out of battery. Ready, go. Two. I don't have the ability to edit, so if you're in class and this is just too much for you, go ahead and just finish the lab. 3.
How I you one?
That's right. Keep going. Keep going. 4. Keep going.
4.
Yep, we'll stop right up there at second base.
This is not an accurate representation of how
Yeah, don't
the
do
phases go.
This is not the part of the lab. All right, what do you guys think?
5-year-old's interpretation.
6 minutes of torture, is that enough for this lab? We're going more. That's right, keep going.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Keep pulling birds out. This is the ball pitch and get over.
Game's over. Thanks for listening, everybody. So long.